Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me once again. Saj Sadiq here for PakPassion, bringing you another exclusive interview. Delighted to be joined today by an old and dear friend of mine, somebody who I've shared a lot of time with in various press boxes around the world. He's one of Pakistan's most senior, most respected journalists. He's covered tours all around the world for Pakistan. And I'd say he's a well-informed and, as I say, highly respected journalist whose views and thoughts are done with great care and precision as well. Delighted to be joined by the one and only Shahid Hashmi. Shahid Saab, hope you're well.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Said. Thank you for having me.
Shahid Saab, let's start with what I would say is a disappointing ending in the Test series against South Africa. Finished 1-1, which on paper looks okay against the World Test champions, but the way Pakistan just imploded in that second Test match, it wasn't very pretty, was it?
It was disappointing to say the least, because after the first Test match, we thought that Pakistan will come harder on South Africa. It was a reciprocal thing. In fact, South Africa came down harder on Pakistan. They learned their lessons from all the mistakes they committed in the Lahore Test. And Pakistan, I think, being complacent, being thinking that they are 1-0 up in the first set, they thought 109 lead would be great, and they folded at 167. And although they won the Test match, but there were a lot of mistakes. 5 wickets for 16 runs in the first innings collapse, and then 6 for 17 in the second innings. So the same things, the same collapses we have been watching for the last 4 or 5 years. It's not been addressed properly, and it happened in the Pindi Test as well. 6 for 33 in the second innings, and they folded like anything. And on paper, as you said, before the series, if you would have asked me a 1-1 result, I would have taken it with both hands. Because South Africa being world champions, Pakistan world number 9. But now they have found a recipe to outsmart oppositions with their spin. But you need to bat against a spin as well, which Pakistani batters are not doing for the last 2-3 years. I remember in 2015, Pakistan lost a test match in Dubai against South Africa, where Imran Tahir bowled superbly. And Misbah-ul-Haq at that time said that we are not playing a spin well at the domestic level. We are short of spinners. We are short of quality batsmen who can play spin well. 10 years down the line, the same problem exists, and which is very disappointing, because at the domestic level, we are not making amends for all these weaknesses. The 10 years we were isolated from international cricket have cost Pakistan's international cricket very dearly, both on the field and off the field.
Shahid Saab, regarding the futures of Azhar Mahmood and Shan Masood now, obviously there were calls for Shan Masood to be replaced as Test captain. There was a lot of hype in the media for Saud Shakil to replace him. Azhar Mahmood, we know he's already got a contract with Pakistan Cricket Board, and you can say he's the interim head coach in the red ball format. How did this series impact their futures?
Well, first of all, interim is a word which should be associated with all the coaches in Pakistan. Whenever they announce a coach, they must say that he is an interim arrangement, because our coaches don't last long for 6 months or a year. Same thing is happening with the captains as well. In fact, when Shan was appointed captain for the Australia tour, I was very delighted, because he comes as a very decent cricketer. He's very knowledgeable, he's wise, he's educated, his family background is extraordinary, very decent people. But he has disappointed in the 14 test matches he has captained. He showed his weaknesses in this Pindi test match. Pakistan scored 333 runs and had South Africa caught napping at 221 for 7 at that point, when Asif Afridi had just completed his 5-wicket haul. He took the second new ball as soon as it was available for taking. And that made a huge difference. After the second new ball, South Africa scored 183 in 39.4 overs. The ways Muthusamy batted, Kagiso Rabada, Maharaj, they took the game away from Pakistan. It was a huge mistake, and we did not expect this from Shan Masood, who's a very wise boy, wise captain. Now, out of 14 test matches, he has lost 10. He's won only 4, all at home, no one away. And he lost a test match at Centurion when the ninth pair got 50 odd runs and he lost the test match. He didn't do anything out of the box. He could have easily come on and bowled himself. He could have easily asked an occasional bowler to bowl 1 or 2 overs and got rid of the ninth wicket. The same things happened in the Bangladesh series as well. First test match, sixth pair of Bangladesh scored 195 runs for the sixth wicket, Mushfiqur and Mehdi Hassan Miraj. And in the second test match, Bangladesh was struggling, tottering at 32 for 6. At that point, 7 runs later, he changed both the bowlers, Khurram and Mir Hamza. He could have bowled himself. He knew that the seventh wicket will be very crucial and you will run into the tail. You will get into the tail and get Bangladesh out very easily. He didn't bowl himself. In fact, he's not bowled since 2021, and he's a very good bowler at that. And when you find somebody like sixth or seventh wicket getting a huge partnership, you do things out of the box. You bring in occasional bowlers like yourself, Saud Shakil or anyone else, and they get rid of a set batsman. Shan didn't do that in this test series. Also, he committed a lot of mistakes. So I think his future is not safe. And now he's being appointed consultant international cricket. I think he'll step down as captain. He will play as a player, and they will have to find one more captain. In fact, PCB should advertise it.
And Shahid Saab, just on Shan Masood and that new role, PCB have only recently sent out that announcement of Shan's new role. It doesn't actually explain what that role entails. What's he going to be doing?
Basically, Saj, it's a managerial post. You don't need an international cricketer to be director international cricket. Of course, Zakir Khan did a marvelous job. He was very decent. He did a lot of good work. He was very faithful to PCB, and in fact, we tried a lot to get some news out of him. Give us some leak news. He never did that. So he was very faithful to Pakistan Cricket Board. And ever since he's left, they had 2, 3 people working at the director international cricket post. Usman Wala, decent boy, decent chap, but I think he was not on merit. And now he's being suspended during the Asia Cup. They want someone to take over from him. Maybe Shan Masood is the right choice because he can speak good English. He has a repo. He's a very decent person. So whenever he will talk to other boards for arranging series, for arranging A tours, they will definitely listen to him.
And Shahid Saab, let's talk about Mohammad Rizwan. You know, it wasn't that long ago when Rizwan was the golden boy or one of the golden boys of Pakistan cricket. And now there's a phrase in English called the black sheep of the family. It's almost like he's the black sheep of the family now. I mean, what's happened to Mohammad Rizwan and the PCB relationship?
I think a lot of coaches under whom Rizwan has played, they found him a very difficult person to cope with. As a player, he's very good. He's very committed. He's very passionate. He's very sincere to the team. And when he was made captain of the ODI team, we thought that he'll remain T20 international captain as well. But okay, they appointed him ODI captain. And on the Australian tour, Pakistan played excellent cricket. He did a wonderful job as a captain. Pakistan won a series after 22 years down under and then routed South Africa 3-0, their first home defeat, first home whitewash in a one-day series. And then suddenly he fell out with Akib Javed. He was complaining that he has no power on the tour of New Zealand, where Pakistan lost 3-0. And then suddenly there was a nosedive in performance of the Pakistan cricket team. Although they qualified for the tri-series, but they lost the final to New Zealand, and then they crashed out of the Champions Trophy in the first round, spoiling a great occasion that Pakistan was hosting a tournament since after 1996 World Cup. So that hurt a lot of people, hurt Pakistan Cricket Board as well. But they continued with him on the tour of West Indies, where Pakistan again lost 2-1. Uh, their first series lost to West Indies since 1994. And on that tour, he fell out with Mike Hassan, who found that he's always complaining about 11. Mike Hassan, being Mike Hassan, a successful coach of the New Zealand, he wanted to dictate to Rizwan his own terms about selecting the 11 players, and Rizwan had other ideas. We never knew what happened to Rizwan after that South Africa series. Why this Pakistan team, a lovely bunch of cricketers, suddenly had a nosedive in their performance, crashed out of Champions Trophy 3-0 against New Zealand and 2-1 against West Indies. So this was very much on the card, but the timing of his sacking, second day of the test match where he was playing, he was an active batter for Pakistan who was supposed to save the test match for Pakistan. Consider his mental state when he was batting in the second innings. Recently, 2 days ago, 2 nights ago, he was sacked as ODI captain, and it hurt him a lot. But a lot of coaches who under whom Rizwan has played have complained that Rizwan is a very, very difficult person to cope with.
And Shahid Sab, the Pakistan Cricket Board is fighting another battle, this time with Multan Sultans owner Ali Tareen. Now, obviously, it doesn't look good for Pakistan cricket when this sort of, the dirty laundry is being washed in public. And, these are sort of discussions that surely should be happening behind closed doors.
Perfectly, you are spot on. It should be dealt with. It should be addressed in the closed doors in the meetings of the PSL. But the PSL management and five other franchises have complained that Ali Tareen, whenever he comes to a meeting, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't give much suggestions. And when he goes out in a podcast to a lady, I've forgotten his name. She's a very decent anchor. He told that PSL is not progressing well. He said a lot of other things as well. He should not have said that, because being an honor, he's given his hard-earned money to PSL. He's given his precious time to the PSL, and Multan Sultan is one of the most favorite teams, one of the most expensive teams of PSL. He should have told all these things behind closed doors in the PSL meetings. And now when PCB thought that it's enough, now we'll have to send him a termination notice, and he must apologize. He's come out with an apology, but with full of sarcasm, full of taunts, full of criticism of PSL working, and then at the end of that video, he tore that termination letter, which was the limit. I think Multan Sultan are now history in PSL. I think this management.
So what you're saying is that maybe the Multan Sultans will either be removed from the PSL or we'll have new owners for the franchise.
We'll have new owners, and Mohsin Naqvi, as per sources, is contacted three people, three affluent businessmen to take over three teams, one Multan Sultan and two other new franchises, which PSL and Pakistan Cricket Board wanted to introduce in the 11th edition of PSL.
And Shahid
But
Sab,
all these things which Ali Tareen has said, but most of the things that Ali Tareen has said are spot on. PSL is not progressing well. They are not innovating PSL. They should have introduced a few new things in PSL, just like Big Bash. They have a power surge. They have a substitute rule. They have quite other rules. Pakistan need to introduce like something, at least 1 point, 0.25 for a team which plays with the best strike rate, 0.25 number for a team which plays lesser dot balls, because these are the problems Pakistan facing at the international level in T20Is.
and Shahid Sab, Asia Cup trophy. Do you know where it is? It seems to be a mystery as to where the current trophy is, and I know BCCI and the Indian players are still looking for it.
It is behind closed doors in the Emirates Cricket Board office, and all these rumors that it's being shifted to unknown location is not correct. And Mohsin Naqvi's stance is firm and appropriate, because if a body's chairman already have announced Saturday, 27th September, they announced that Mohsin Naqvi is going to hand over the trophy to the winners. BCCI either should have told ACC on 27th September that they are not ready to take, although all of us knew that India will object and they will not receive the trophy. They should have come up with an official intimation that we will not take trophy from Mohsin Naqvi. They would have arranged somebody else, another chief guest. But Mohsin Naqvi's stance is firm and correct because he's the ACC chairman. He is entitled to hand over the trophy to the winners.
I've just remembered one final question for you before we end this chat. Misbah-ul-Haq is rumoured to be on the verge of being appointed in an important role within the Pakistan Cricket Board. Any information on that?
I think if Misbah-ul-Haq comes, he should come as a players development manager or a high performance manager, just like Australia had Pat Howard from rugby. Now they have Ben Oliver. You had Mo Bobart at the ECB. Now if you have somebody, I don't remember, Ed something as a high performance manager. So we need a high performance manager who collects all the data of the players, 150 players for the red ball, 150 players for the white ball cricket, because it is high time now that Pakistan should have a proper system. Why not take a blueprint from Cricket Australia? Why not take a blueprint from BCCI? How they have built up their bench strength? Australia, India, South Africa, England. They are the boards. They have the system. So why not copy it from them? India chose 150 players from their under 16 and under 19 cricket. They then send them to zonal regional academies, and from there they choose 25 players who get coaching at the NCA in Bangalore, and then they select a junior World Cup squad. From there, they inject these players into their A system. This is the way to build up system, and Pakistan badly needs a system, a proper domestic system to come good at the international level.
Sab, always a pleasure speaking with you, listening to your thoughts and views. And inshallah, we'll catch up again soon. Thank you very much for your time.
My honor, Syed. Thank you.